short agenda in terms of right-of-way issues, but a lengthy agenda in terms of landscape ordinance issues. Just want to quickly note 3 items under right-of-way issues. We've been requested to see if we can landscape a guardrail near to Tulane, or near where Tulane meets East State Street. I think that should be possible. It looks very bare at the moment. We've been thanked for planting a tree at 21 Home Street. The owner came back apparently and saw a tree there and sent me a message of thanks. And we've been contacted by Darren Straley, who would like to help beautify Court Street. And so I'm going to work with Ron to meet with him and see what we can do in terms of using his time and energy to help us do some more things on Court Street. So unless there's any other right-of-way issues, we'll move on to the landscape ordinance issues. I think what we'll do is we'll start with 152 Mill Street, and then we'll probably carry on, because I think you like to do Greenleaf first?
Yes, but they're going that one, and then Mr. Valentor's going the other 3.
Okay, fine. So if one of you gentlemen would like to come up and state your name and who you're representing and what you'd like us to do. And we haven't seen a plan yet.
Oh, you haven't?
No.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. I'm Al Lang, president of Greenleaf Landscapes. 2 months ago, we opened the location in Athens, and we would like to make our submittals for your approval for the shade tree plan. So, we're here to answer any questions you might have. That lot actually is wooded in the back, and actually has a piece of wooded area on the right side that probably has 50 to 75 native trees in it. You'll see on the plan we added a parking lot where it was 27 or 30 spaces, and we plan on putting trees in that locale.
Is the parking lot the only impermeable space on this site?
The canopies got concrete floors, do they not?
That's correct.
And then the existing, that was the putt-putt?
Correct.
Batting cage
building, is
that
one?
very small building that was there in front.
And then I've got a detached overhead poly structure, is that?
That's the canopies. Have you been out there?
No.
They've got 2 or 3 canopies built.
Yeah. Pictures, please.
Do you know what the area of that piece is? I might be able to. What's the scale on this drawing? 1 inch is 30 feet.
I do not off the top of my head, David. That did receive a Title 41 approval sometime back. And because of the construction season, the planning season, they requested the delay coming to here so they can get up and running.
So I'll make that about 6 inches, so that's...
Do you remember the size of those buildings?
Yeah. The 3 poly structures are 5,400 square feet, and the building's 2,400.
So the building is what?
It's 56 by 36, or right in there.
The 7,800 square feet plus the parking area.
Okay. And that looks like it's almost the same.
You've seen
in
it.
area.
Probably about.
So we're looking...
The back part of it's going to be all gravel, correct? You're leaving that?
That's correct.
So it's roughly 15,000 square feet then, is that? So that would be 3 trees for every 5,000 square feet, so that's 9 trees. Yeah, okay. The way this works, what I was just doing, if you read the landscape ordinance, what it says is that for the impermeable spaces, what we've got to try and do is find enough trees to plant there. We expect 1 large shade tree for roughly every 1,500 and a little bit square feet of impermeable space. And so what I quickly did then was figure out how many trees that area corresponds to. And what we'd like for something like that is 9 large shade trees. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can certainly see 8 trees there and some pine trees. which are close to the impermeable space, because that's what we're looking for, shade on the parking lot and the other spaces. We're not so concerned about generating the shade elsewhere. We really want it on the on the structures.
Are those too close together, these trees?
Those evergreens on there won't be shade trees, obviously.
No.
The ones that are real.
They're close. They're about 25 feet. If
okay.
if these are 10-foot parking
right.
spaces,
All right.
then they're spaced about,
Right.
which they should really be spaced 30 feet apart if we're going to include them.
But these are people who will know to water.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure you'll look after your trees. Then, for the rest of the area, what we're looking for there is one tree for every 1767 square feet. And you can include those trees that are already pre-existing on the
They've
lot.
got over 5 acres there, so I think counting the...
Yeah, because what we're looking for, the comprehensive plan for the city calls for a tree coverage once the trees are mature of 40%. So we're expecting every lot in the city to have trees. Good for business.
Yes, it is. Nothing wrong. I like that.
And how we would count the trees that are going to be on your lot. Anyway, we've sort of heard of this one coming, and we're thinking we're not sure, because clearly if you
300, not one group.
yeah, I mean, you're going to have plenty of trees, I think, in this area. So I think the thing we would like you to do is to certainly plant 9 large shade trees around the parking area and those buildings. And it's up to you where you put them. We don't specify exactly where they go.
Would you like for us to submit a plan with those on them, or how do you want to do that?
I think just once they're planted, if you want to let us know, and then
Yeah.
I think one of the members goes out and looks to verify they're large trees.
Yeah.
Spacing is 30 feet.
The spacing is not normally 30 feet.
Yeah, and they'll probably
And they
more
should
than-
be within, I'm trying to remember got the wording in front of me somewhere. They've got to be within a certain distance of the parking lot. I think it's,
8 feet.
is it 8 feet?
I think it's 8 or 12.
Yeah. I think it's within 8 feet of the parking lot to count. There we go, I found it. Yeah, shade trees should be planted within 8 feet of the adjacent impermeable surface, except where there is a building of more than 1 story, where the shade trees should be planted between 15 and 20 feet. Large shade trees must be planted 30 feet from each other, and so on.
Is that part of your green space ordinance?
No, this is chapter 37,
Okay.
landscaping regulations.
More than happy to get him a copy of it. One
Yes.
you should probably learn here in town.
Yes.
Yeah. There is another one that may be of interest to you. We have chapter 33, which sets up the tree commission and essentially describes how trees in the right of way may be pruned and removed and so on. So if you're in the business of actually doing that type of work, you should be familiar with Title 33 as well. So I don't see any particular problems with this. I'll give you a summary of what I've said here, which basically will be a summary of what the ordinance says and how I think it applies to this.
9 trees around the parking lot's the biggest part
I mean,
of it,
that's,
though.
yeah.
So,
And you're expecting all those 9 to be within 8 or 10 foot of the parking space, parking area?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's so that when their canopy develops, it'll shade the area.
Yeah.
Our intention, and if possible, we like them to be on the south and west sides of the parking lot, but that isn't always possible.
They just so happen they will be.
Okay, good. Yeah. So, do you have any other questions for us?
No, not really. It sounds pretty,
Yeah.
that's
No, I
fairly simple.
think this is one of the easier ones to deal with.
Yeah, we'll make notes of that, and probably at this point, we will, there's a good chance we'll do a fall planting.
That's fine.
You know.
Yeah. You have
We can do it now.
basically 2 seasons in which to come into compliance. Because we recognise that you don't want to plant them immediately, that you do want to plant them in the fall, quite often.
Okay. Thank you.
And you shouldn't have any questions about what a large shade tree is, but we do have a list.
Yeah, that was my next question. You have a list of specific
Yes, yeah,
varieties.
we do.
Is it online?
I can't remember if it's online or not. A bunch of documents suddenly appeared online in our space.
Send that to me again and I'll forward it.
I'll send it, okay.
Because had to clear out a ton of emails today, so
Okay.
it might not be on there.
We're asking because there were some other plans that we approved, but they put in fasciculate trees, so the amount of shade they give is very slim.
Yes.
So, and basically they're not really shade trees, so.
And some people have put in smaller flowering trees
Yeah.
instead of shade trees.
Right.
We do maintain, in fact, you can have this list. I don't need the notes on the back of there, so you're
Great.
welcome to have that one. That's that one solved. Okay,
Done.
I think we're done.
Thank you very much.
With this one.
You want to
You're
write
welcome.
that list
And
down?
welcome to Athens.
Thank you very much.
I'll keep the print. You can keep all the, I just need the drawing. You can have all the others.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Mr. Valentour, would you like to come and present yours?
Well, let's, what are we going to do first?
I got 152 mil up first.
Should I, do I have to go up there, or could I sit here too?
You can sit there if you want,
Okay.
if it's easier.
I-
And what we may do is come down to
You
have
have
a
any
look.
drawings up there at all?
We don't have a copy of the drawings up here at all, no.
I'm sorry?
I don't have a copy up here now. So if you do have a second copy, then
I haven't drawn one.
You'll get them back.
I don't,
You got them electronically, right?
oh yeah, we have them electronically.
Just didn't have a large
I've looked at them, but just in case we need to refer to them, I think again this isn't a particularly difficult case.
that's the whole project.
Yeah.
Pass, that's probably Mill Street.
Oh, yep, that's it. Thank you.
I could stand up there because I don't have any drawings. I don't.
You can use mine, Bill.
This is the landscape.
I think there's one issue that, on the Mill Street property that was, I think you folks have brought to the attention is the rear yard does not have any large trees. The reason that was done is because there's power lines that run back and forth across the rear of that property.
Ah, okay.
So rather than large trees in that location, we've suggested medium trees that will not interfere with the power company.
Well, serviceberry is a small tree.
Small?
Yeah,
Okay.
but we could, as long as we agree it's a small tree and we can plant it, what we have to do then is substitute 3 for 1 for the small trees.
Okay.
And I think you were close to the number of trees, I believe.
I think we were.
Yes, I calculated out that 6 trees were shown, you needed 7, and you had a service berry on there, which was not considered a large tree. So,
Now, there are, if you can see also, which is somewhat peculiar to this site, is that there's 4 existing trees that we couldn't quite count because they're right on the property line that will shade our parking as well.
Yeah. So who owns those trees?
Well, whenever trees, in the country where I am, and they're close to the property line, nobody wants to cut them down because they aren't exactly sure who they belong to. So,
can't remember the house on the corner. The other side is Mr. Lockman's residence.
Yeah.
and then obviously too, and this is something I've talked about in the past, that we have trees on the right-of-way that don't get to be counted at all.
Oh, well, no, we can count trees on the
Can't?
right-of-way if you plant them. Because we can get...
Well, they're existing
Oh,
on the
okay.
right-of-way.
I get you, okay. Yeah. But you've got 7 service berries there, the Amelanchias. If you could increase that to 9, you've done it as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, we can do that.
Because John and I disagree slightly on the count. I think he gets 7 and I got 6. So,
It's your commission, that's fine.
so 9 Amelanchias would be equivalent to 3 large shade trees in my...
And we've got room to do that.
I
on
think
this
you
site.
certainly
I
have
don't
room
think there's
to
any
do that,
problem.
yeah.
So, okay,
So that's...
Will do.
Now, the one comment again I've got to make about this, and I know there's nothing we can do about it, but it does show a shortcoming of legislation. You're going to cut down a large shade tree in the back.
Right.
And I know why you've got to do it, and I accept that, but it is worthy of note that, again, this ordinance, or the ordinances, are not allowing us to keep valuable tree cover in the city.
Completely understand.
Yeah, and that these trees that you're going to plant are probably never going to be as big as that tree that's at the back there before the next project comes along on this site and does a redevelopment.
That won't happen. But the 3 trees in the front might be big.
Maybe.
They might be.
Instead of putting in 9 trees that are all alike, would it be possible to put in a mixture? So you get,
Anything is possible, you know.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
but-
not like
Yeah,
Albert there.
all you need is 9 small trees.
That's right.
They don't have to be 9 Amelanchias. I just
A
suggested
lot of
that.
times, you know, we run into the problem is we're not always exactly sure of what the best trees to plant are. And we rely on our landscapers to come up with suggestions as well.
Yeah.
and they don't always know what works best. But we have someone here who's pretty knowledgeable about what will work in
Well,
different
you will
settings.
be our consultant.
There you go.
Okay, sorry, I didn't mean to put you up for a job, but
But
That's
again,
fine.
you know,
I don't think that there's any, you know, we want to make this as attractive and work
Yeah.
as well as we possibly can.
yeah. But go on.
I think the point that she really is making is that if you have a variety, if something comes in like the ash borer, you're not going to lose all of the trees at once. And so there's always an advantage of having a variety if you have that many trees.
I understand that.
That's the
completely.
logic. I mean, your owner is going to be responsible for maintaining these trees once
Correct.
they're planted. If they die, they have to be replaced. I mean,
Right.
that's the...
Well, we just want to make sure that they don't die. So
Yeah,
that
that's-
we
that's
don't
the
have to
key.
do this
Yeah.
twice.
and it can be aesthetically pleasing to have blooming be extended by having a variety of trees that
Yeah.
will be blooming, perhaps not all at the same time, so that you've got display, you know, a nice
Fine,
display.
I'll make that.
Yeah.
We have a tendency, when we come in here and present to you, to find out what you like, and we keep repeating it over and over again.
Yes, I know.
I mean, or what is acceptable.
Yeah.
Because, believe me, we've done lots of these projects, and we've specified trees that were not appropriate. Okay,
So,
we'll do
unless...
9, not necessarily service berries, but
But
we'll,
Small trees.
huh?
Small trees.
Small trees.
And how many were on the other, 6? Is
No,
that-
7.
No, I meant,
it
showed-
requires it's 6 large shade trees,
what it requires.
of which he's got 3 Princeton, the Ulmus Americana, which are large shade trees, and then we'll have the 9 small trees.
Okay, so there'll be 3 large trees.
We already have those.
Yes, they're
Okay.
already on the drawing.
This is in the rear yard, for the most
Gotcha.
part,
Yeah.
where we have the power lines that will be interfering with any large tree growth.
Got it.
Were there any concerns, John, about trash containers or so on this one?
He's still got to come back through the
We haven't done the final
final.
Okay. Yeah.
And I did make a note that they are going to need
30.
some,
12.
some dumpster or trash
Well, we need-
situation and/or
At the
bicycle.
preliminary, we went through the number. I need to have 2 30-gallon containers per apartment.
Per unit.
There's 6 units here. I have to have 12.
12.
And I've got that all worked out.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of doing it
Are
again.
you doing underneath? Inside? Is that where you're putting them?
No, not for that. We got the bicycles, too.
Well, what we're getting at, the reason they're asking is if you have it outside, then it's got to be screened and all that.
We already have the screening
Okay.
details
Okay.
on the set. The screen details are the same ones we're using for the parking lot screening as we are for the trash.
Okay.
Wood fence detail.
Where's the dump? So you're gonna put in a dumpster?
No.
No,
No, okay.
there's 12 cans behind the fence then located where you're putting them.
I'm just going to do it right there right where the trash guys can get to it, but it would be hidden right there.
Got to be behind the front edge of the building. You got it behind the front
Yeah,
edge?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because the screening of the trash collection areas, you need both a physical, you need physical and a green screen.
Green?
Some bushes in front.
Well, I do have green.
Good.
I've got the bushes all in front of it, the SJs.
Okay.
That area.
Oh, I get
see it
you.
right
Okay.
there.
That area right there is actually big enough.
Yes.
It needs to be 4 feet by 10 feet.
Okay.
If what a trash, 30-gallon rectangular, what are they called? Made something, Rubbermaid
Yeah.
can is 24 by, or 22 by 816. I've got it all figured out.
Okay.
All right?
I think we're good to go on that one.
Thank you.
So which one do you want to do next?
63 North Court Street.
Okay.
You have that drawing?
Nope.
This property is obviously, I consider uptown Athens.
Yes.
It's not really, there's no real lot.
Yeah.
It's not, the building is property line to property line.
Mm-hmm.
It's the gator.
Yes.
And what we're proposing here is as part of the Title 41 and the appeals hearings of all we've done so far, is we're going to take off the front canopy
Mm-hmm.
that's currently on that building. And as John suggested, we'll plant 2 trees right out front to
Yes.
continue the treescape that is currently being established on Court Street.
We would certainly encourage you to try and do that. Yes.
That's what we'll do. That's
I
what
did talk to Andy, Stone Engineering Public Works, and that steam tunnel that storm tunnel that's shown on there is beyond the curb.
Okay.
And it's not as large as what his drawings indicated, so other than the laterals coming out of the building, we don't foresee that there be any utility problems whatsoever. So
Okay.
that should work.
Yeah.
I think that would be the best solution here, to get rid of that thing that's on the front of the building. And actually, there's already a tree pattern established, sort of, on that part of Court Street. It's just broken up by
Yeah.
elements, specifically,
Yeah.
that, like this building, the way it is currently.
What will be the business on the first floor?
Well, that's, it's going to be commercial something or other.
Okay.
I'm not sure exactly what.
All right.
That most likely will be, I betcha, something that is catering to the students. I don't know if it'll be a bar or some shop, or it'll be a business of some kind of food or beverage.
As you probably know, we have trouble with bars and the trees in front of them. The limbs tend to be snapped off until we
We'll
are
make
left
them,
with.
we'll put bigger trees.
Well, what you can do is if you plant reasonably large trees and then put a tree guard around them,
Tree
and
guard.
Ron Lucas has the details of those things. You can protect these trees and keep them going until they are big enough and strong enough to look after themselves.
Fight against this college student?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's as I say, Ron has all the details on those tree guards, and so you should get with him, because we would recommend that would be the best way to protect these trees.
That's fine with us. We'll do that.
Oh yes.
That's my vote.
Yeah.
But, well, it's just interesting. I probably told you this story. I lived in Washington DC in downtown, right down the district, and there was a big ginkgo tree in front yard. I mean, big. It was 6 inches. And one night I drove my bicycle home, and I looked and saw somebody had chained a bike to that tree. And I thought to myself, I don't know if that's a good idea where we live in the district. Came out the next morning and that tree was gone, as well as the bike. They'd cut it down.
To get to the bike.
To get the bike.
Again, the tree guards are useful for chaining bicycles too.
We do have that uptown, you know that.
Yeah. And obviously, you need to be careful with the preparation of the site as well, because no idea what sort of soil.
Well, we're going to be
find.
digging a lot. We have to put in a new sewer line and a new water line into the building anyway, so we'll have some idea of what we're getting into out there.
Good.
And Ann Bonner has very good information about soil preparation and the ways to do it, things to add in situations like that.
Where it's going to be stressful,
Right.
essentially.
Yes, and basically a hole in probably bad soil in concrete.
And in terms of species, I think you should look at the rest of Court Street and just make a decision based on what's thriving there. I mean, we've had...
They're all the same.
No,
I just looked-
they're not
not?
all the same now. No, but Ron
On
again
that side of the
can
street, I thought they were all the same tree.
in the immediate vicinity, they may
The
be, yes.
architect speaks.
But Ron again will be able to tell you
Like I say,
which ones
in
are
the district was the ginkgo trees, which thrived in the...
There are ginkgos right at the far end, if
Yeah.
that's what you particularly want, yeah.
Yeah,
They're tough trees.
yeah. And the lindens are doing pretty well, aren't they?
Yes.
And is there an oak along there as well that's doing...
What?
Is there an oak?
An
along
oak
there?
up there.
There was one oak that we lost.
Oh, we lost it, okay.
There's, I think there's one somewhere along there that's doing pretty well.
Okay.
I think it's swamp white oak.
Okay. Anyway, we wish you well with that site.
Okay, thank you.
We're glad someone's taken an interest in it. Okay, so then the last one is, where have I got my list?
Stimson Garden.
Stimson.
Yes, 22 West Simpson.
New plan.
We went through the procedures on the first submission to the city, and were able to design the structure without requiring variances or anything, but it caused a little bit of
Yes, there was a lot of
Problem.
excitement.
Yeah.
And so what we've done is redesigned the building to actually incorporate commercial space as well as parking on the first floor to make it, and then I can give you what we're trying to do. I mean, we haven't got the whole thing through the 41
That's
process
everything, yeah.
yet.
We've got 3 Princeton Oaks and 7 Allen.
And I'm just
not
working on this today. Just what this building might look like. So there's nothing in there that shows what the building potentially look like. This is what's existing.
Yes.
And then what we're trying to do is I'm going to take a lot of elements from the existing building, incorporate it into this newer, bigger building. We're going to reuse the brick, at least on the
Oh,
first floor.
good, great.
And put in windows that are similar, and I'm designing elements of the building that are going to at least resemble what was there, even though it's a bigger building.
Great.
Good.
From the storefront, this is the Stimson Avenue view. The other, I mean, like I said, I'm giving you this, it's incomplete because
Yeah.
we're still working on it.
Yeah.
But that's the direction we're heading right now. So you can look at this stuff and try to interpret what
Yeah.
we're doing there and plan. Sort of just like-
In terms of the area of the site, I think it's 11,000 square feet. That comes out again to 6 large shade trees. You've got 3, and what we need is, if you're going to use small trees because of the
Right.
conditions of the site, then we're going to need to bring that up to 9 again. So
Right.
it's basically the same idea as we had before.
One thing, we don't have anything shown here,
Yeah.
is, which I think this is potentially a great place to do some kind of planting. all up the right-of-way. This is Montrose,
Yes.
actually, road. And I've pulled that wall, the wall that's there now, and pulled it back farther to give us a little bit more room. And we really haven't shown anything right there at this point. This area that is adjacent to the restaurant here will be flat. So we've got a big wall right here. This wall is going to be 20 feet tall. 20 feet to zero. You know,
Yep.
and I've tried to provide this planting
Yeah.
element that will help make that not, be so visible.
Because this is Stimson right here.
Yeah. Have you got high voltage cables coming down the front of here on Stimson? There are
Yeah.
the overhead utility cables, I think, coming down.
Right on the property
Stim-
line, pretty much.
Yeah.
Actually, with the width of
I mean,
the,
they're gonna be there, we
Yeah.
can't
No, I was
stop that.
just thinking that you can't put anything at the front
Yeah.
at all because of that. So
Yeah.
we are really stuck with.
So this is the this is the parking lot
Yeah.
behind here, so, in the residential neighborhood, and that's where we have the B3 separate, so
Yes.
we're trying to put a planting barrier between that, and then the only other place we can do is between the commercial buildings,
Yes.
to try to put some kind of landscaping. Plus, we're gonna do landscaping all around. This is not actually shown correctly. The plans, I am entering the new business off of Stimson Avenue, and this will be a planting strip that's going to go all the way around the front of it. It's not going to be really trees, but it'll be bushes. That would,
Well, now, you mentioned this strip along here.
yeah,
Did you say that it was, the wall was going
I'm
to be
making it
over and be
bigger.
wider?
yes.
Now, is this
I don't know anything.
city right-of-way or for the stairway or your property?
Part of it's on the right of way, but we're going to, like I said, if you look at it right now, it's probably that wide. And we're going to double the width of that. So it could be planted too, and I think that would be nice, because a lot of people use that.
Yeah.
But we could plant something going up there.
the stairs are in the right of way. That's
Yeah,
Montrose coming
Yeah.
down.
In
Well, we're going to
term,
double the width of that
Okay.
green space that is adjacent to the steps that are currently existing.
now, in terms of who maintains the grass, is that the adjacent property owner that is responsible for maintaining the grass and so on? There?
Right now, I don't know who cuts that
Well,
around
no,
there.
but I mean, if it was a sidewalk in front of somebody's street in the Near East Side, it would be their responsibility to
Correct.
cut that grass. So
Yes.
presumably, we don't mind what he does with that green space in terms of planting, as long as he maintains it. I think is the answer.
I'd like to be able to have that option.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can't say. I mean, it does. The code doesn't say you have to have grass there. You just
Right.
got to maintain it.
It'd be
that's
more
all.
attractive. So, if you
Yeah.
do the plantings here,
Yeah.
then as the shrubbery or whatever grows, then you won't have to, then the owner won't have to be cutting it back relentlessly.
I have to have
That
a
probably wouldn't be quite wide enough for small trees.
Oh no, I don't think so. But
He
it's
said it would
just
be
that we ought to
twice
try and
this.
make it
She
obvious.
goes 20 feet. I bet that's
You think
8
that?
feet right now.
But
Well,
the total of
there's-
these two?
There's the width of
difference
the.
between there.
There's
Yeah, that's about that. That's
There's a
9
path
feet
right
right
Oh, okay, there you
That's
go.
about 7
Yeah.
feet.
Well, you should be able to get small trees in there then, shouldn't you?
we possibly could, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that would be best.
Yeah.
I think that would be better than over here.
Oh yeah.
That this
Yes.
is not going to be attractive to anybody, because it's going to be a 3-story tall building, and then there's another building right next door to it. I mean, I don't think these are going to have a chance of survival.
No, they could be a lot better over here.
Here was much more visible public
Yes.
standpoint, and probably more appropriate.
Yeah.
So I should flip these. Hey, you guys, can I plant them on the right-of-way line?
If we give you permission, you can plant trees on the right of way.
Okay,
Yes.
I'd rather do it there. People use this.
Yes, they do. Yeah,
Yes.
I use it. I mean, I walk
It'd
up
be
and down
nicer
there.
to have that
Yeah.
landscape than this. I mean, I've got a big giant tree way back here in this pit in the back corner.
Okay,
Yeah.
wait a minute. So is this wall, how tall is this? Is this going to be a
That's
retaining
the
wall?
building
30
wall.
feet tall.
It's the
This
full
is,
height of the building.
Oh, so
This
that's
here,
the building.
the
That's the
one-story
wall of the
one,
building.
here's
Right.
Here's the adjacent structure right
yeah,
there.
uh-huh.
So there, it's right here. They've got a driveway, though, that's paved. It's not
Oh.
green going back into there. So
Yeah.
this would be green at least.
Yeah, so there's going to be a corner in here that is reasonably open.
And people who are living in the building are going to be looking out over,
That's correct.
you know.
Green space, if we
So-
put a tree there.
Of course, it would be nice to have something planted on both sides.
Yes.
Yes, right, yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be too difficult though to put a large shade tree over here. Although
Right,
it,
right.
it may grow.
Maybe down here.
Well, I think you're too close to the cables at
Yeah.
that point.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
That's what these
Yeah,
bars.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, you've got the freedom to plant them where you want,
Okay.
basically. Three large, but it looks
This is
like
where we need to
it
put
looks
it.
like 3 large shade trees and then the 9 small
So I'm
trees
gonna
again.
have to find another place for that one.
It would be nice if you could. I
I
mean,
could do that back here and then relocate
yeah, I mean,
all these over here.
because this is all the same level, isn't it?
Yeah,
So
that's all-
you could put 2 large shade trees there
But
and
see,
the one down
this
here.
is abutting, actually abutting a parking lot. Even though it's an R1, it's a
Yes.
parking lot.
Yeah.
the-
Yep.
on the top side of that.
Mhm.
So it's not like, I mean, see, our building is going to actually be a one-story elevation from this,
Mhm.
the residential.
Yeah.
It's going to fit into the neighborhood
Yeah.
from the backside.
Yeah.
Because really,
So the trees
Yeah.
here will be shading
Yeah.
the building
Yeah.
and making that cooler, at least
Yeah.
from the morning sun. Mhm.
from the east.
Now, are these parking spaces accessed from,
Montrose.
okay, okay.
So these
Oh,
are
I see,
these
I
are coming
see.
in at the second floor of this
Yes,
building.
yes.
I think, or is it the third floor of the building? Third floor of the building.
This is
They're
my handicapped accessible units are on the third floor.
very good. Very good.
Very nice, very nice, yeah.
Yeah.
Because we got commercial and parking on the first floor, on the lower side here.
No,
Okay.
I think it'll work. I mean, it's obviously an awkward site, and but it seems like there's a solution
Be
for
a much
it.
better solution than even the first one. That's what I think.
I think so.
So it's 8 units? Is that?
No.
what-
No, no.
Okay.
Those are parking
Five.
spaces.
Oh, I'm sorry, those are the slots, okay.
There's 5 apartments
Okay.
in the building. 2 on the second floor and 3 on the third floor, and then I have an attic. These, we're using the bedrooms in the attic.
Oh, okay.
They're probably on the next sheet, but I bet you there's some floor plans. There's basic level.
Okay.
This is not the way we're doing the stairs, but this is like the first floor. Second, third, attic. And it's all lined up. Stimson Avenue is over here, whatever the case.
No, Stimson's on this side here.
Yeah.
Oh, this one.
Here.
That's the business, yeah.
That's the business, and I'm moving that entry right off of Stimson
Yeah.
Avenue. So that'll separate the business from the residential.
Yeah.
And I'm not doing the stairs like
Yeah.
that. I'm-
So-
So I'm getting a big green space right here.
Yeah, so that was a good site for one of the large
Trying to-
shade trees, and then the other 2 over here, and then fit the small ones in as best you can around. And if they can go down here, I think it
I
would be
like the
good.
idea of coming down that walkway.
Yeah.
And I think it'd be interesting visually to see these, if they're all the
Yes.
same trees, to see them stair stepping up on the hillside.
So you say there's a driveway right here?
Yeah, there's another wall right here.
Right,
So
uh-huh.
that- And then this is a level driveway. So this space here is going to be all flat, essentially.
Mm-hmm,
But, you know, I was going to put air conditioning condensing units in here and stuff.
yeah, right.
Because if you look on plan, that's the elevation, that's the parking lot. There's not any window exposure on the first floor on the backside. So I was looking at that for utilities. I mean, we'd still put green space in because these are lots of bedrooms are going to be looking
Yeah.
out that way.
Yeah. Do we require screening of things like air conditioning units and so on?
No.
I mean, there's nothing actually explicit in
No.
Title 37. We
There
talked
will be
about-
screening on the rear property line here because it butts, it abuts an R1 zone.
Yeah.
So there is a fence along the rear property line.
Yeah.
Separating our parking lot from the other parking lot.
But
Yeah.
but trees here, these shade trees are going to help cool the parking lot
yes.
here, which will be good.
I'm hoping we can, I don't know, I mean, just, we could do something on this wall. something, painting or something, that would be interesting.
You could
Rather than
turn,
just
you
have a
could,
concrete wall.
if you're willing to water it, you could turn it into a green wall.
Yeah, ivy or something.
Well, you can actually put planters up and down it, as long as you can get some water to them in some way.
But actually having something planted in the top and then having them cascade down.
Having a
That
cascade
would be
down.
nice.
Yeah. Certainly break up the lines.
Well, I'll try to do that, see if I can put a strip of planting between the upper level parking lot and the wall, that's what I'll do.
Yeah.
Here, something that can grow over top of that.
Kudzo vine, or whatever it is, don't count, John.
Pardon me?
Is that how it's said? Like Kudzo or Kudzo vine?
Kudzu, no, we're not having
No
kudzu.
That don't
kudzu.
count.
Preferably not English ivy.
Paint it on there. You paint a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basically, why not?
Of course, we'd rather have live trees.
Right. Well, it won't count as one of your trees.
So 3 large and 9 small again right away
Yes.
along the Montrose stairs is okay.
Yep.
How about a series of 4 trees for the 4 seasons? Painted.
What is it? What is that?
A series of 4 trees for the 4 series.
For the 4
painted on the
seasons.
wall.
Oh,
Painted.
I can do that.
Okay, well, I think that concludes our work on the Title 37 landscape ordinance issues, unless, John, you've got anything else for us.
Do not. Like I said, I stockpile them and bring them to you all at once.
Okay. Are we likely to see any in July? I ask because we may not have a meeting in August. I've been looking at the calendar. I'm certainly going to be out of town on our regular date.
I'll be out.
And so we need to bear that in mind. We can always have a special meeting later in the month if we have to, but I think we will have our scheduled meeting in July, but then we may skip a scheduled meeting in
We may have one, but it's so preliminary and it could probably wait until September
Yeah.
as far as that goes anyways.
Yeah.
And it's a project that's been through here, I think, numerous times, and they're looking to revamp it
Okay.
for probably the 4th time, so.
Okay. Well then, we'll wish you well with your ball game. I don't have a report from Ron Lucas. He's on leave at the moment. I have had some news on the emerald ash borer. It was found in several parking lots along Route 70 near Zanesville. Muskingum County is now quarantined.
I would like to bring up something about the emerald ash borer. There's some trees in front of the community center that have died, and at least one of them has some symptoms of the emerald ash borer. And I was wanting to ask Ron if anyone has investigated that.
Okay. I will ask him.
I thought he might, there are a couple of trees there that are not ash trees that also have died, and I thought he might have some information about the problems there. Some shrubs and things have been taken out of the area, and I wondered if something happened.
I think I can probably answer that one without
Okay.
knowing for sure. We had a significant problem trying to put the rain garden in that in too. The problem with that is that there it's all fill, and the old airport runway is still in there underneath, not very deep.
Did you try to put a rain garden in front of the community?
No, off to the side, but
I'm talking, but
the whole thing's, there's concrete underneath a lot of that. So that or compacted soil, so compacted because that's where the old
yes,
runways used to be
Yes.
for the airport. So there's some, I think it's just so compacted and nothing but clay. I think that's probably the problem is it's not, it doesn't percolate or anything.
but 2 smaller black gum trees and a couple of the ash trees are either dead or looking very bad.
Right.
And it seemed to happen on a pretty short period of time.
This has been a really, a very dry spring. It's been really harsh. I actually had a couple trees in my backyard die. They were corkscrew willow. Go figure. And it's a wet area.
Yeah.
But between what you're telling the capacity of these soils to hold water is fairly limited. And the fact that we had this in the spring, that's when trees need a lot of water.
Yes.
And because it's dry, it really, in these type of environments, hit it hard. It could be something as simple as that, but it's, I guess, worth investigation to see if...
Yeah, in this front part, I think where Emily's describing, it was built up about 3 feet with additional dirt. I think, is that where you've seen these trees?
It's between the, one area is between the drive and the parking lot, and the other area is the beginning of the division of the drive, so that it's on 2 sides.
Yeah.
And that's where the ash trees are. There's one that has, the top is mostly dead, but it has a lot of new sprouts coming out along the trunk and the base, which is a common reaction. And there's some little holes in it. And
It's all sounding.
If they're little holes, they may just be the borer that we've seen in those trees before, and it's not the emerald ash borer.
and do those make small holes?
Yes, they make small
It's
holes.
a
Okay.
G-shaped hole.
Well, sometimes it's hard to, I mean, I have seen those, and sometimes it's hard to tell D-shape from sort of round that are not
Roundish.
perfectly round.
But no, I'll relay your concerns to Ron and make sure that he tries and tracks down the corpses and sees what's going on with that. Anything else on the emerald ash borer? Ann Bonner also wanted me to relay to you that the thousand cankers disease has been seen in areas near the state. I don't think it's actually been seen in the state, but there's a quarantine now on moving walnut materials.
Cincinnati.
Cincinnati, was
I
it?
thought so.
Okay, yeah. So walnuts are now a prohibited species in terms of moving them around or moving materials from
Are
them
they
around.
talking about black walnut?
What
Is
are
it
the
black
kinds of
walnut or
walnuts
walnut?
that
Actually,
grow?
it affects everything. This is one of the it's going to kill everything type thing if predictions are true. But I guess walnuts, the hickories and things like that are more susceptible.
And then the other one, again, it's one of these diseases that's supposed to kill off lots of things. The hemlock woolly aphid.
Adelgia.
Adelgia.
Yeah.
It's not an aphid, is it? It's
It's
adelgia.
not. It's a type, but we call it the woolly adelgia. It's
Okay.
basically killing all the hemlock trees in the New England, and it's going up against the line of the Ohio River. It's passing, and basically it will kill all the hemlocks. There's treatments for it. They actually have ways to. If we like a tree and we want to keep it alive, there's ways of keeping it alive. But when you think of what the Hocking Hills is going to look like in probably 15 to 20 years, they're gone.
All those places that are named pine may become pine.
Well, this is
Instead
the
of
hemlock, not the pine.
No,
Yeah.
no. What I'm saying is there are places up there that are the hemlocks are referred to as pines. So the hemlocks may become pines.
Yeah.
It's actually going to be replaced by red maple. A lot of the work that they see out west, or out east, excuse me, red maple comes up after the woolly adelgia comes in.
Yeah, I'm sure other stuff will come in and take advantage of this. Okay, now the other two things we've got, I sent you a revised copy of specifications for planting trees in the right-of-way, and I modified the title to now say near sidewalks in high traffic areas by adjacent property owners, because it was clear that we needed to try and make it a bit more obvious what this is really intended for. And so what I'd like you to do is, rather than try and work through the wording tonight, if you can have a look at it, and then at the next meeting we'll come back and and
Well,
and
I've
look at this
had a
one.
look at it, I like it.
Okay, well, thank you, Emily. Thank you, 'cause I did try to capture your thoughts on this one, and also Jared, when I was going over the video, trying to of the meeting, trying to write up the minutes, I realised what it was that was missing, and it really needed the title. I think John Gutowski had mentioned this as well, that it wasn't obvious what this was intended
Okay.
for, and I'm trying to make it obvious what we're doing here. So please have a look at that one for the next meeting. And then one that I printed off tonight before I came out. This is a policy for relocation of trees required by Title 37 elsewhere in the city. That's all it says at the moment at the top of the thing. Oh, you've got a copy there. And again, I tried to capture some of the things that we've talked about. The first a piece under procedure consists of two very long sentences, and I didn't see an easy way to break these up. What I'm trying to do here is capture the idea that we want to really make it difficult for this to be done. We don't want people to think that they can buy their way out of planting trees.
Oh, good.
And so I've suggested that we may even consider some sort of supermajority of the commissioners is required to get this to move forward, either a 2/3 or it could even be unanimous. I think 2/3 would be sufficient, but I think we need to give some consideration to making this a difficult step. And I tried to reflect on the fact that in some cases, I mean, we nearly had one tonight where that property on Court Street, if it isn't possible to plant those two trees in the front, then they would be a prime candidate for a site where there is no space to plant trees. We're going to have to do it. And so again, if everyone agrees that that's what they've got to do, then we then move to stage 2, which is, yes, you can now contribute to a tree bank for the city.
Okay.
But there will be cases where maybe there is some land available, and then we've got to decide, yes, this would severely limit the function if we force them to use that land for trees. There may be some space there, but it would be impossible to operate the business or whatever it is in the way that they intended it to be operated. And so that's what those two rather cumbersome sentences are trying to capture. And then I would move to a second stage where, if we've agreed to that, the city would then pay a fee for each large shade tree to be relocated to a public park or right-of-way within the city. And this is where it's useful you're here tonight, John, because the question is, when would they pay that? I'm thinking of them paying this fee before a building permit is granted, but is that the right language?
No, it's not the right language.
Okay.
But it could be, if we know and if the rate is established and so much per tree, then obviously when they come in to get their zoning permit off of us.
Zone permit.
But I don't know, that's something we talked to Ron a little bit about. I don't know if the funds would come to us or if they go to him into a tree banking account, or how we would do that.
Yeah, well then where we go after that is the Shade Tree Commission, upon consultation with the City Service Safety Director, will establish a fee for a large shade tree to be relocated in the city. The fee is to include the cost of a large shade tree, planting it and maintaining it for 1 year, including a 1-year warranty. And so what we'd have to do each year with the Safety Director is agree on a price. So there's a fee is established out there, and I think Council does establish fees
every year.
Every year, and so it will be at that time that fee would be established, that would then be used for this purpose. So you think it's before a use permit is
Before the use or zoning permit is granted,
okay?
they would have to come into my office with proof that a receipt or whatever it may be, that fund was that money was deposited in whatever account we're setting up.
Yeah.
Probably already is one, is there not?
And not at the moment, no.
Okay.
No, that's why we need to get this policy in place, because we've been reluctant to consider any application until we've got a policy that we can use to guide us through this, because obviously we don't want to finish up with precedents being set that don't make a lot of sense.
And it may be something that they can submit to us, but then I take it to the appropriate part and
Yeah.
get it deposited from there,
Yeah.
or our office would.
Yeah. So, if you could look at those ahead of the next meeting, then we can maybe move a little bit further to approving some of these. Finally, unless there's any other business, we've got the minutes from the last meeting, which I will thank our video people for, because they helped me greatly. I reviewed them online, and wrote them up that way.
Thank you for doing the minutes, and I think that it's a great service to the rest of us.
Well, actually, it makes me wonder whether we really need minutes, because we've got a video record of the, why am while I was doing this, I was writing it. All I'm doing is producing a summary of what I can see on this video.
Or a commission, and there are written minutes from all the other ones, so.
Well, sometimes paper things last longer than videos.
Yes, that's certainly true.
Has the work been done in that church? I'm just kind of curious.
I don't know.
I don't think it has.
What was the question?
First order is they were going to do some trimming on the
Okay.
sweet gums kind of next door.
Yeah. Ron said there was a contractor lined up to do it, but apparently it's not been done yet.
That's great.
You want to propose we accept the minutes?
I propose we accept the minutes.
I second.
Thank you. Any objections to accepting the minutes? Hearing none, we have minutes. We have our next meeting on July 12th, and with that, we are adjourned.